It's the sun-kissed Independence Day celebration lacrosse from Denver, Colorado. You are more than welcome to the Warrior World Series of Youth Lacrosse, presented by the Coca-Cola Company and Nissan. Today, two teams that know each other well, Express and Team 91 Bandits, both hailing from Long Island, New York, playing on ESPN2. This event began back on Monday. 24 of the best U13 lacrosse teams in the world descending upon Denver. 12 from the States and the U.S., as well as teams from Canada, British Columbia, and Ontario, in addition to Team Israel. It's the fourth ever World Series of Youth Lacrosse. There's no shortage of pageantry, a wonderful experience for the whole family. Long Island Express in a showdown with Team 91 Bandits as they search moments of victory. Great to see you again, along with Quint Kesnick. I'm Joe Beninati. The magical moments for the Warrior World Series of Youth Lacrosse continue to pile up. What stands out about this event to you?
Well, that it starts with a dream and you sprinkle it with love, and at the end of the week you have memories that these young men will never, ever forget. This event stands for the greatness of team youth sports, and it shows you why the sport of lacrosse is so compelling for these young men.
It's time to meet the participants, beginning first with a lineup of the top-ranked team in the world, Team 91 Bandits.
Jack Spidell, attack, Port Jefferson, New York.
Jack Ponzio, lefty attack, Ronkonkoma, New York.
Stephen Kane, attack, Wading River, New York.
JJL, midi, Bayport.
Jake Spillane, face-off midi, Mount Sinai, New York.
Owen Duffy, midi, West Hampton, New York.
Luke Martin, defenseman, Dix Hills, New York.
Matt Beauvais, defense, Huntington, New York.
Tyler Giuliano, defense, Farmingville, New York.
Eric Ron, goalie, Bayport, New York.
Quint, Joe Spallina always gets the most out of his squads, and there are many of those.
And he gets the most out of himself, too, Joe, because he's the busiest man in the sport of lacrosse. Head coach of the Stony Brook women's program, head coach of the New York Lizards, and part of this Team 91, a group that shares the rock. They pass it. I love it.
Let's flip the script. Meet the lineup for the number 3 ranked squad on the planet, the Long Island Express.
Felix Rockefeller, attack, Manhattan, New York.
Patrick Carragher, attack, Merrick, New York.
Justin McMahon, attack, Rockville Center, New York.
Mikey Rooney, midfield, Hopewell Junction, New York.
Gary Correa, midfield, Merrick, New York.
Jake Lewis, midfield, Merrick, New York. Jack Regan, defense, Manhasset, New York.
Jay LeMay, defense, Comac, New York.
Sal Calderon, defense, West Islip, New York.
Phil Birdie, goalie, Bushman, New York.
The guy pushing the buttons, A.J. Hogan's done a very nice job of molding this team.
One of the best to ever play the midfield position, a 3-time first-team All-American, Team USA, a former Hopkins Blue Jay and pro in Major League Lacrosse. He's got a son on the team, Drew. Joe, and what stands out about AJ is now he's connecting with these youngsters.
And as for the boys on the field, plenty of stars. Who's jumping out at you?
Well, when you look at great players, I think you got to start with Jack Ponzio, the lefty, put up big points in this tournament. I love the way he runs with the ball and his cross. His favorite player is Kieran McCardle. Math is his favorite subject. He's got 2 older brothers that played at a high level, Mike and Ty, having played at Limestone. And then for Long Island, the Express, Pat Carragher, averaging more than 3 points a game. He's a right-handed bull dodger. He kind of reminds me of a Matt Rambo type player. You'll also see him on the wings of face-offs. He loves to help kids with special needs. Science is his favorite subject. What's on his screensaver? A picture of Joel Tinney, the great midfielder from Johns Hopkins.
Well, he's figured out how to score some goals for the Blue Jays at the Division I level. These are the 2 best U13 teams on the planet, ready to make some memories that they will never forget. It's Express from Long Island and Team 91 Bandits. Express in the blue, 91 Bandits in the white, and we are off and running from Denver. Express and 91 Bandits each with a stellar 7-0 mark through their group performances, through their quarterfinal and semifinal action, the semifinal rounds, which were played earlier today. Express in possession of the ball in blue, a 12-3 winner over Next Level from Bethesda, Maryland, to advance to this championship match. Felix Rockefeller's back behind the cage. The Express will swing it up for Mikey Rooney, an outstanding two-way midfielder for A.J. Haugen. Patient on the first offensive touch for Express. They were the highest scoring team in this event through 7 games. Correa keeps it alive off the ground. Rooney off the face dodge. Feeds for Jake Lewis. Gary Correa is a 13-year-old from Merrick, New York. First offensive touch in this, the championship match of the Warrior World Series of Youth Lacrosse. Rockefeller. Move it swiftly. Bring it back up top for Rooney. He's the igniter of the offense. Into the alley, fires, and that's deflected away. A good early stop for Eric Gran in the cage for the 91 Bandits. Long extended possession. This one's ripped off the crossbar. A bullet from McMahon that hit the iron. Clearing time for the Bandits. Their first touch on the clear. It's Matt Beauvais, close defender, who hails from Huntington, New York. Tyler McCarthy will jog with it here, Quint.
Joe, both of these teams have played sensational defense throughout this 7-game tournament. So goals are going to be tough to come by.
You can tell that the parents are into it from a cheerleading perspective. J.J. Aiello on the go. Aiello, no room to pull the trigger there. As he's marked by Rooney back behind the cage, he'll invert. P.J. Verdi in the goal. Watches this one pumped wide by Aiello, who favors his left hand.
Here's a good look at Justin McMahon, ripping left-handed. He's out of Rockville Center, New York, in the South Side School District. Leads this tournament with 5.7 points per game.
Spidell turns the corner and scores. Jack Spidell.
Spent some time with Jack after the semifinals. He's a serious young man. Talked to his dad, Chris, as well, out of the Port Jefferson High School student. This is a guy who started in the Port Jeff pre-K. When he was 5 years old, he picked up a stick for the first time. The righty draws first blood.
You'll notice that the time is ticking away. 12 minutes of running quarters in this Warrior World Series of Youth Lacrosse, presented by the Coca-Cola Company and Nissan. Spidell giving the 91 Bandits, the top seed in this tournament, the advantage. A face-off win in control for the Express. Ball down on the deck, scooped away and played to safety by Tyler Giuliano. 6 foot tall, and they say around 200 pounds already at age 13.
The whole D, Joe. You got Giuliano at 6 foot. Luke Martin, you'll see. Beauvais, Matt Beauvais, 6 foot. Dylan Zahn, 6 foot. Oh, by the way, your goalie, 220-pounder, fills it up. This is the most visually impressive defense of the tournament.
91 Bandits in the white on the lead thanks to Jack Spidell. Another touch here offensively belongs to Beauvais as the long stick will head towards the cage. Feed it inside for Spidell. Move it quickly there. Ponzio did not make the catch. Jack Ponzio already with a couple of hat tricks in this event. And Q, I know you spent a lot of time with the parents earlier today. Really a celebratory event for them. On the quick stick, it's Spidell with another stash.
Team 91, this program won the inaugural event here in 2015. They know their way to the big stadium as Ponzio draws the double team. Backside feed to Spidell.
And so far, the celebrations being hogged by Team 91. Those who favor the Bandits are happy so far in Denver on ESPN2.
Can I still use these headphones with the 10?
Yeah, but you'll need an adapter, or as most people like to call it, a dongle.
A what?
A dongle.
A dongle?
Yeah, a dongle. It comes in the box.
But what if I just need to charge at the same time?
Then you're gonna need another type of dongle.
Like a double dongle?
Yeah, double dongle, I guess.
That sounds explicit.
World Series of Youth Lacrosse is brought to you by the Coca-Cola Company, the world's largest beverage company, refreshing consumers around the globe with more than 500 brands. Warrior, have you discovered the Warp from Warrior Lacrosse yet? No stringing, no maintenance, ready to go right off the shelf. Now there's a Warp for every position and every age level. New Balance. Did you know that New Balance is the only company that makes cleats specifically for lacrosse? Visit newbalance.com today and check out the Freeze LX and Burn X cleats. And by Nissan. Get to America's best sales event at Nissan for big savings today. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Q, the World Series of Youth Lacrosse is all about making memories. This was the way the two teams entered their posh dressing rooms.
You talk about fun. I mean, the sport of lacrosse, fastest game on 2 feet, a game where size really doesn't matter. We've got athletes who are 4'9", 10, or 11. We've also got some youngsters who are taller than 6 feet. Many of them play other sports. It's all about teamwork here this week, and you develop your skills and make new friends along the way. Oh, did I say get some pretty fresh gear?
All the new gear to take home. Remember, there were only 10 teams in the inaugural World Series of Youth Lacrosse. Those were by invitation. Now we're up to 24 teams, all working their way through qualifiers.
Every participant received a beautiful new pair of cleats. These two championship teams get to walk away with the jersey, the shorts, the helmet, the gloves.
Even when you lift this all the way up.
This is quite a special day for them.
In white, Team 91 Bandits on the board twice, thanks to Jack Spidell. Spidell, who had a hat trick in the quarters against Big Five. Already with 2 in this championship final. Little two-man game from back behind the cage. Ponzio was there to set a pick. Dish it off for J.J. Aiello. He has 3 multi-goal games in this event. From the top side off the spin. Nice roll dot score! Slick moves from Steve Kane. Owen Duffy and Steve Kane combining there for the Bandits.
Roll back, deal with the double team, changes hands, and the defense of the Long Island Express doesn't take the body. Duffy wanted to feed initially. He's got 10 assists in this tournament. He's 5'1", 100 pounds, rising 8th grader.
You mentioned all the helpers, Q. It was Duffy earlier today in the morning semifinal with 4 assists, helping the Bandits beat Evolve Elite from Ontario, Canada. A 3-goal run for Team 91 Bandits, the #1 ranked team in the world. In the pre-tournament rankings, they came through the North Regional qualifier and beat Long Island Express in that bracket to earn their trip to Denver. More face-off possession, quick ball movement, and it's slugged wide. Spidell from the top.
Excellent backup on that play by goalie P.J. Verdi. 5'10", 180-pound righty. I love his strength between the pipes. He looks like a high school goalie. 5-0 in this tournament. Sub 4 goals against per game. He's got a strong belief, confidence.
Patrick Keenan will bring it ahead for the Express. Long Island Express in the blue jerseys, looking to break the seal on the scoring as we get towards the 4-minute mark remaining in the opening quarter. This is the Warrior World Series of Youth Lacrosse on ESPN2. At the business end of that stop was Gran. Gran, who had 4 saves in the semis for the Bandits, looking stout once more in this championship match as Matt Beauvais will sprint to clear.
Gran, they call him Easy E. And he is an optimistic goalie. I just love the way he bounces from pipe to pipe. He's done a great job of putting in the extra time. Focused all week long. 4.1 goals against average.
Duffy playing catch with McCarthy on the outside as the Bandits look for the first 4 tallies on the board. These two teams have met some 3 times in recent days, even as close as to a couple of weeks ago before the event. One of them required extra time. In tight, score! On the shovel shot, Spidell has the instant hat trick.
Bandits so comfortable with this big arena in the moment. You see the pass getting past Ponzio, but on the backside, guess who? Spidell and the fans who have made this journey from New York. This event really treats the parents. It treats mom and dad like part of the equation. There's so many little details, whether it's the opening ceremonies or the banquet that we were at last night, Joe. You know, the parents are not an afterthought here. They're as important as the player.
No, it's a great big bonding experience for the whole family. And that's something that the event organizers have wanted from the very beginning. And this is the 4th Warrior World Series of Youth Lacrosse.
Thinking maybe timeout soon for the Long Island Express.
Important face-off win there from C.J. Schwartz. Coming up with the ball for the blue-jerseyed Express. Long Island needs one here to stem the tide against the Team 91 Bandits, a team that does like to run away and hide from squads early in games. Skip it inside. That jump shot doesn't connect. Giuliano was in the way. Rooney to the alley, rolling, fires, he scores! Mikey Rooney.
Wow, that'll get the fans on their feet. Mikey Rooney cooking here with some big-time gas. Watch him turn and let it rip. Left-handed, grip it and rip it, singeing a corner. The righty from Westchester actually commutes 2 hours to practice. Over the course of the week, he really kind of stood out as their best midfielder. He makes that trip, Joe, he told me, the coaching. When you're talking about guys like Mike Chanachuk, Jack Moran, Keith Weiserick, he makes that drive to be coached.
And he's one of the few, Q, who gets a second Warrior World Series of Youth Lacrosse experience. He played here last summer. He was on the primetime team. 4-1 now for the Bandits, the 91 Bandits in the white jerseys. There's a flag down, extra man time soon to come at the tail end of this opening quarter. 1 minute to go, 12-minute running time quarters.
Good look at A.J. Haugen now as he sets up his extra man unit. Rooney scored that first goal, started playing lacrosse for a PA, for a PAL team in Wappingers Falls called the Wappingers Warriors. So many of these young players started in the rec league. They started in the PAL league. And eventually then they draw a club. We need rec leagues to survive and advance and thrive.
Long Island Express in the blue. The outside rip from Felix Rockefeller, knocked aside by Grom. Another heater, score! Pat Carragher.
Merrick, New York, and his 10-year-old sister, Claire. This will bring a big smile because she's Patrick's biggest cheerleader. Watch him plant his feet. He's so strong. He's a bull. I compared him to a right-handed Matt Rambo. Carragher averaging more than 3 points per game. Tommy Schreiber fan. Dreams right now of going to Notre Dame or Johns Hopkins, he told us.
We step away. We'll have you back in a few moments. Broncos Stadium at Mile High.
Is this AT&T Innovations?
Yeah, wow. This must be for one of our new unlimited wireless plans. Comes with a ton of entertainment options.
Great. Can you sign for this?
Yeah.
Hey, what's in that one? That's a shark.
New and only with AT&T, you can get unlimited data, 30-plus channels of live TV, and your choice of things like HBO or Pandora Premium. More for your thing. That's our thing. Visit att.com.
Is this AT&T Innovations?
Yeah, wow. This must be for one of our new unlimited wireless plans. Comes with a ton of entertainment options.
Great. Can you sign for this?
Yeah.
Hey, what's in that one? That's a shark.
New and only with AT&T, you can get unlimited data, 30-plus channels of live TV, and your choice of things like HBO or Pandora Premium. More for your thing. That's our thing. Visit att.com.
Long Island Express with the last two markers at the tail end of the opening quarter. It's a 4-2 advantage for Team 91 Bandits. And during the festivities throughout this event, a little bit of a car wash treatment where the hair and makeup, I was sitting in this tent for 20 minutes. Nobody offered me any help, and Lord knows I need some.
A lot going on here this week. The car wash, certainly one of the most enjoyable for these players. To feel what it likes to be a Major League Lacrosse player or play at high-level D1 and maybe make championship weekend, to sit down in front of a camera, answer questions, and to see how the media covers.
Folks have been having a real good time in Denver during this Independence Day holiday week, leading up to the championship game of the Warrior World Series of Youth Lacrosse, presented by the Coca-Cola Company and Nissan. In the white jerseys, if you're just tuning in, that's Team 91 Bandits. They had the first 4 goals on the board today. Ponzio dipping back behind the cage. Jack Ponzio, a powerhouse attackman for this squad. Turns, fires, and scores! Jack Ponzio.
They call him Pons. He started playing at the Connecticut Long Island Youth Lacrosse League, just like his hero, Kieran McCardell.
Q, it's going to be our Nissan drive to the goal for you to break down.
He leans in, deals with a cross check, throws an over-the-shoulder fake, and he's just too strong. 5'9", 140 pounds. Really classic lefty move. And look at that placement, Joe, right off the offside hip. This is a kid who used to play violin. He told us he retired from the violin, but he still plays guitar.
Yes, he does. He retired from the violin. Yeah, that's probably his wise move. Son of Christine and Mike, showing off some deception there and bagging the 5th goal on the day. A face-off win, another one for Jake Spalina. Jake and Brett Spalina, identical twin sons of 91 Bandits head coach Joe. This ball's down on the turf and it will come up for the Express. It's deflected away from Rooney. The officials today, John Bistowski from San Diego, Tim Bethke from Auburn, New Hampshire, and Justin Kitashima from right here in Denver. The supervisor and head official, Jack Gormley, has been presiding over matters both here at Bronco Stadium at Mile High, as well as the tournament festivities at Dick's Sporting Goods Park. In blue, Long Island Express trailing by 3. Early stages of the second quarter. Good feed to the interior. Rockefeller on a bounce shot that was broken up. Easy pickings there for Eric Braun. Time to clear for the Bandits. A leisurely stroll through the midfield. Jack Ponzio has improved Team 91's advantage to a 3-spot. This is J.J. Aiello, who had a goal and an assist in the 91 Bandits semifinal win over Evolve earlier this morning.
No!
This pass too hot to handle for Ponzio to the midline. Scooped up and played on the run. LeMay, little give and go. Underneath Rockefeller, he scores. Felix Rockefeller.
Both of these teams love to run. Watch 21, Jason LeMay. He's a former midfielder who had to switch to defense this season because of an injury. So he carries in with confidence. And look at this little toe drag. Felix Rockefeller, big tournament, lives in Manhattan, makes the commute out to play for this Long Island Express team. His older brothers Nolan and Teddy play at Deerfield. That's big time. Felix has had a wonderful week.
Ground ball here in a 5-3 game.
Again, sometimes it's hard when you're watching these.
Beautiful ball movement, and that is the signature of 91 Bandits. They play it quick. Spidell has 4.
They do things, Joe, like a really well-oiled high school team will, like a college team can. Watch the sharing of the ball on this goal. The one more pass, the perfect spacing. Colmar Sala's always got his head up, and you see Spidell now having a magical, approaching a historic day. But you know, both teams are so well schooled by their coaches, and they play transition rushes just like you want to.
Last year's champion was Long Island Express. They beat Primetime 12-4. In that game, Alec Gregoric scored 6 times. Spidell has 4 already today, as the 91 Bandits are hoping to take down the defending champions from a season ago in this Warrior World Series of Youth Lacrosse.
I love Colmar Sala. He picks up yet another assist, his 8th of the tournament. He's a 4'10", 80-pound left-handed attackman. He reminds me of like a Will Manny because he's always making the right play, Joe. It's uncanny. He's got the lacrosse IQ, again, of a high school or college player.
His moves and his mannerisms are so much fun to watch.
Always a step ahead.
It's all miniature, but
and
it's so
moving.
pretty.
Yes,
so
always
pretty.
moving off ball.
More magical moments continuing here in this World Series of Youth Lacrosse. Mikey Rooney drawing a couple of defenders. In blue, the Express squad from Long Island. These two teams both hailing from Long Island, New York. Know each other very, very well. Carragher on the sweep here, lets it fly. He scores! Pat Carragher.
He is a bull. Pat Carragher said the World Series of Youth Lacrosse was on his bucket list. He's a 13-year-old. He's got a bucket list. I think I need a bucket list, Joe.
I have a feeling I know a few things that you'd cross off if you had the opportunity as we continue from Denver.
Can world-renowned artist Red Hong Yi use the Chase mobile app to pay practically anyone at any bank, all while creating a masterpiece made of tea leaves? Yes, but this isn't for just anyone. It's for the strongest man in her life. Life lived Red's way. Chase, make more of what's yours.
This isn't just any 80th birthday. This is a birthday that brings the whole family together with the best Wi-Fi experience. And this is a birthday where Grandma can get all her streaming apps on X1, even Netflix.
Show me. Orange is the new black.
This is how Xfinity makes life simple, easy, awesome.
Introducing new packages with more choice and faster speeds, like this great offer. And ask about customizable streaming TV options. Click, call, or visit a store today.
This event showcases great skills, Quint Kesnick, and the 40-yard dash race was on display.
A part of lacrosse is going to be your skill work, your speed. You know, a guy like Joe Mullet from the Michigan Warriors.
91.
And then how fast can you shoot the ball?
Eriniak from Tri-State at 91 miles an hour. Remember, they're all chasing Tucker Kellogg from Primetime Lacrosse, who bagged 102 in the past during the Warrior World Series of Youth Lacrosse, presented by the Coca-Cola Company and Nissan. Now the 4th installment from here in Denver, Colorado. Bronco Stadium at Mile High. If you're just tuning in, 2 squads from Long Island, New York have reached the championship game. Team 91 Bandits, they're in the white, they're on top, 6-4.
Cool thing about lacrosse is all shapes and sizes can play, and all young people with different skill sets, different tools, can be valued contributors. So you may have blazing speed as you're looking at the Team 91 road to the championship. Both of these teams 7-0. Someone's going to have blazing skills. Someone's going to have great power. Someone might have to rely on their stick skills. Someone shot maybe 91 miles an hour. So all of these youngsters have different, pros and cons to their game. And the idea is to play to your strength.
Snap to the top corner. The hits keep coming for Team 91 Bandits. Jake Spallina with just enough room.
Spallina's a face-off man who stays on and continues to develop his game offensively, winning 86% of his draws this week. His dad is Coach Joe, as I said earlier, the head coach of the Stony Brook women's team and the New York Lizards. So Jake and twin brother Brett have been watching lacrosse their entire lives. Joe told me, the coach told me, that he thinks it's really important that Jake and Brett are multi-sport athletes, okay? They play football, they wrestle. I've also seen some Instagram of them training as boxers to help their balance and coordination. That is something I continue to do, Joe, at my advanced age.
Underline advanced. In blue, the Long Island Express in possession. There's a flag down, extra man soon to come for the Express as we welcome in the founder of the Warrior World Series of Youth Lacrosse, Jake Steinfeld, so kind enough to join us again at field level. And Jake, as this event grows, it gets better and better.
Well, I'll tell you something cute, Joe. First of all, to everybody in this great country of ours, happy 4th of July. To all of our great veterans, all our folks serving around the world, man, we love you. It's what an amazing week we've had. It's just been great. You guys been talking about the experience. Guys, I want to say this. This is about family. And that's what this country is about. It's about family. And I want to talk about, everyone thanks sponsors all the time, but I want to mention some names. My guy OJZ, who knows who he is, man, has helped put a lot of this stuff together. Stevie B, Big E from TireAmerica.com, Q, I'll tell you what, Q and Master P at Coca-Cola have been absolutely incredible. Kenny D at Wheels Up, our friends at Shinola. Tommy, you've been the greatest. I talk about their names because these are family guys who love family, and that's what this event is all about. The lacrosse is great, but this is about getting people together. I'm a big proponent of being active. Every one of these brands are believers in being active, and that's the great thing about the Warrior World Series of Youth Lacrosse, presented by the Coca-Cola Company and Nissan. JT at Nissan has been over the moon. He and his family are new lacrosse fans, and I love him for it.
As the extra man goes on, Jake, we appreciate your thoughts very, very much, and thank you once more for including all of us.
And one more time, I guess I had my mom and my sister, my brother Andrew, in Los Angeles right now, and everybody at the Bel Air Bay Club. I hope you're watching. Don't quit.
Jake Steinfeld, founder of the World Series of Youth Lacrosse, which continues here in Denver, Colorado on ESPN2. A 7-4 advantage. Team 91 Bandits, they are dressed in the white jerseys, lumbering ahead on the clear. Tyler Giuliano will sling it along. Ponzio's there, defended by LeMay, as time continues to tick with 2:20 separating us from halftime festivities. Rooney on the go, looking for some unsettled. Broncos Stadium at Mile High is the Major League Lacrosse home of the Denver Outlaws, who will have a big game to be played on this very field tonight. A huge fireworks celebration to follow.
Expecting 38,000 fans for that game later here tonight.
Amazing. Rooney, who had a 5-goal game against Team 91 Florida, working now against Team 91 Bandits from Long Island, New York. That pass will get away and bound out of bounds. It was deflected, so it will stay in possession for the Express.
Mike Rooney, traveling from Westchester to play for this Long Island Express team under the tutelage of A.J. Haugen. So we said earlier, Hall of Fame Mitty, really focused on his vision and playing with his head up.
Bounce shot to the corner. Beautifully put home by Jake Lewis.
Lewis is a dynamic shot maker. We saw him score in the semifinals on a rollback. This is a right-handed alley dodge, 5-hole between the wickets. Merrick Avenue Middle School, has been playing lacrosse for 9 years. His dad was a baseball player with the Detroit Tigers, and he's a huge hockey fan as well. Jake Lewis with a nice-looking right-handed goal. 5'4", 100-pounder.
Jake Lewis helping the Express to that semifinal win over Next Level from Bethesda, Maryland. That was earlier today, a 12-3 decision. As the Express were able to shut down Malik Wood, high-scoring attackman. This is another rip topside, and the Express are very much in this shouting match thanks to Justin McMahon. Joe Spallina looking on, seeing as his team now is facing the Heat.
Concern for Coach Spallina. Tell you, McMahon was going to be a part of this team last year in this event, but he broke his wrist. He's young for his grade. He's a 2022, so he's able to compete. Lefty patterns his game after Jordan Wolf. History is his favorite class in school. He's been playing since kindergarten. And I think that earned a stake. He's had a monster week, Joe. He's averaging 5.7 points per game and plays with such great enthusiasm and love of the game.
He's leading this overall event in scoring by a mile, this 13-year-old Justin McMahon. His late second quarter tally makes the score 7-6 at the halftime break. We played 24 minutes of the Warrior World Series of Youth Lacrosse. We are joined by Team 91 Bandits head coach Joe Spallina. From your vantage point, Coach, how did that opening half play out?
It was a game of runs. Two really talented offensive teams. Tip your cap to those guys. They're going to keep coming at you. So we got to make more plays defensively. I think we're a little disjointed. So we're going to try to adjust to some of the things they're doing. One of the things we came in trying to limit their big scorers, and they're making plays. So we got to do a better job there. And offensively, I think we've gotten some good looks. We've gotten the ball in good spots. They have a great goalie. So we got to stay the course there. I think when we're getting the good spots. A lot of assisted goals, always a good sign for us.
Joe, thanks very much for the knowledge. We wish you well.
Thanks, guys.
Joe Spallina, the Team 91 Bandits head coach, on the lead by just a single tally after 24 minutes. All the pageantry of the Warrior World Series of Youth Lacrosse. Stay there with us. Quint Kesnick joins us on the other side of the break. Halftime festivities coming your way from Bracco Stadium, a mile high. Beginning with the opening ceremonies here. Temperatures in the low to mid 90s here in Denver. You need the headgear. It's 7-6 for Team 91 Bandits after 24 minutes of play. Joe Beninati, Quint Kesnick with you on ESPN2. Q, in the first half, we saw a lot of Jack Spidell.
And we saw great offense from these teams, mostly unassisted goals. You see the rollback and look inside, the incompletion to Ponzio, and Spidell's there. He had 4 goals in the first half, an extremely high shooting percentage, this 13-year-old from Port Jefferson, New York.
Long Island Express, Mikey Rooney finds enough room in that top corner.
Yeah, they were down 4-0, and things looked kind of dire, and all of a sudden they played a great end of that first quarter and a solid second quarter. You see the right-handed ISO by Jake Lewis, who's had a good week, the right-hander from Merrick, New York.
He's a AAA hockey player to boot. We have 24 minutes of regulation time left. These are the 2 best U13 lacrosse teams in the world on ESPN2. Colorado on display as we continue to entertain you with the Warrior World Series of Youth Lacrosse presented by the Coca-Cola Company and Nissan. 7-6 after 24 minutes of play. Team 91 Bandits have the lead over the Long Island Express. Our Warrior tough guy play of the game. Quint, they do play it physical. Just ask Mikey Rooney. Bang, right there.
Well, this game takes toughness. It takes strength. But at the end of the day, it's a safe and fun sport where stick mastery and the skills are most important.
Getting set for the start of the third quarter as Long Island Express has played without Jaden Jenkins' services there, number 48 in the sunglasses. Jaden Jenkins, a top close defender for this team, injured, and that necessitated Jason LeMay to switch from midfield to close D, and number 21 for the Express has been outstanding in that regard. Earlier today, he shut down Next Level's Malik Wood.
Jaden, a 3-sport athlete, football and basketball. He's a big Miles Jones, who's a former Duke standout, now playing in Major League Lacrosse. He likes to collect sneakers, kind of like me. We have something in common.
You need a whole closet for yours.
I do.
CJ Schwartz and Jake Spallina, a pair of 9s on the draw, and it comes up for CJ, who's the grandson of former New York Islanders great Clark Gillies. Long drive, score! Right off the jump.
Hat trick time for Pat Carragher. Talked about him as a right-handed attackman, but he also plays the wings of face-offs. And here he leaks out, catches it, bounces. He sets up inside that two-point arc, and he reads the point man, quite honestly. He does a fantastic job. He's willing to throw that ball to the point man, but he's disrespected to the point where, hey, I'm going to let it rip. This is a young man who'll be choosing between Chaminade and St. Anthony's. Beninati, which way should he go with that? Chaminade or St. Anthony's?
You don't have to ask a Friar alum to answer.
I think that's the way where he is leaning, by the way.
And a good choice. 91 Bandits in white. Long Island Express in the blue. We're deadlocked at 7. The Bandits had a 4-0 advantage. Bounce shot here. Score! Tyler McCarthy.
Tyler's on the honor roll at Oakdale Bohemia Middle School in Oakdale, New York. Enjoys Fortnite. Be careful. You need to spend more time against the wall and less time on video games. And look at that. Shake and bake. Right to left. A little spinorama, switches hands and lets it rip. He is a big fan of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Tyler was telling anybody who would listen today that he was so excited to be on live national television. McCarthy makes it an 8-7 game as we go back and forth on the teeter-totter to the face-off X with Jake Spallina, hoping to dig out another draw, but the win belongs to the wing player Jude Lynch for Express in blue. Both of these teams unblemished throughout the event at 7-0, entering this championship match. Thank you for joining us on social media. Hashtag WSYL. Jen makes her thoughts known as this one's buzzed to the corner by Rooney.
You know, what's amazing here, you look at these two defenses. On the week, the Express has given up 23 goals in 7 games. The Bandits have given up 30 in 7 games. And all of a sudden, now both teams are approaching double digits. We talked about Mike Rooney as the best midfielder on this blue-clad Express team. You tell me he doesn't have a bright future at 5'10", 135 pounds, spinning left-handed. Said he likes the extra training that he gets, the coaching, and A.J. Haugen has taught him vision, has taught him fundamentals. Both of these coaching staffs have a lot to be proud of, teaching the fundamentals and then character development as well.
To youngsters who just love to play the game for the fun of the game. It's 8-8. Rooney able to shred the defense of Ryan Herr there, getting Express back on the board. Third quarter action. These are modified collegiate rules, 12-minute running time quarters in the chase for the Moment of Victory trophy. That's A.J. Haugen calling out the shots for the Express in the blue. McCarthy hanging out on the wing as he'll dip below the goal line and invert. 17 in the white. Gavin Creo is there defensively. Aiello backpedaling away from some pressure. Just past the 4-minute mark of the third quarter. Aiello lets it go. He scores!
The big lefty, JJ, physical. He's been running through checks all week long. He's a running back and linebacker for the football team. He eats anything in sight after the game. Well, right now he shows his grit, his strength, and his determination straight over the top on the run. This kid's all about toughness.
Once again, Team 91 Bandits showing off their offensive muscle. They regain the lead, 9-8 in Denver.
This is not a cloud. This is a tomato tracked from farm to table on a blockchain, helping keep shoppers safe. This is a financial transaction secure from hacks and threats others can't see. This is a skyscraper whose elevators use IoT data and AI to help thousands get to work safely and efficiently. This is not the cloud you know. This is the IBM Cloud. The IBM Cloud is the cloud for smarter business.
Welcome, guys.
Hi.
You are gonna love the neighborhood. It's totally wired for Fios.
Is that a good thing?
Good? Fiber optics can move crazy amounts of data at even crazier speeds, and Fios is a 100% fiber optic network, so you can stream, game, and watch 4K shows all at once.
Kid's right about that.
See? We are gonna have so much fun here.
100% fiber optic network. 100% phenomenal. Get the fastest speeds available for the best price with the Fios Gigabit connection.
Shinola is a new sponsor of the World Series of Youth Lacrosse, and they were very kind to donate watches for character awards and community service awards. Miles Monroe of Next Level of Bethesda, Maryland, the community award winner. Wyatt Robertson of Wash Park, Colorado, was the character award winner. Each of them receiving a beautiful new watch from Shinola last night to Quint at the banquet.
You look at a tweet from Jack Meacham down at the bottom, how talented some of these U13 boys are. Yes, let me tell you, watching games yesterday, this morning, and now, it boggles my mind. You know, you think about the importance of a guy like Joe Spallina to their development, and a great youth coach like Coach Spallina has the passion. Healthy communication between coach and parent and coach and youngster, so important, always positive. Is Spallina ever down? I mean, he's Mr. Positive. Passing along that lacrosse IQ with great energy, and then coaching the person, making that individual connection. You know, coaching Joe Beninati is going to be different than coaching me, and a good coach at this level especially understands that.
Joe Spallina, wife Mary Beth, their household is always on the move as we are enjoying this Warrior World Series.
And I mentioned Joe Spallina, but there were dozens that we saw this week who showed that tremendous patience, the ability to set realistic goals for kids of this age, and then the ability to make it fun. This should be fun. It's got to be fun.
World Series of Youth Lacrosse, they've created an alumni network. We mentioned Joe Spallina. His son Joey was one of the champions in 2015, the inaugural World Series of Youth Lacrosse. And Joey's been around the fields all throughout the week. He's grown up quite a bit.
You think about that 2015 Team 91 Orange Crush. You've got guys like Brendan O'Neill now, who's a rising junior. He's a verbal to Penn State. Xavier Arline, he's a verbal to North Carolina. So you're starting to see that first crop now finishing off their high school careers and heading towards college.
Verdi made a good kick-out save there on Aiello.
Loved it. Tell you, PJ fills up the net nice. The tall right, he's 5'10", 180. Talked about his belief. He goes to Kellenberg Latin School. Three-sport athlete, also plays the drums. Something that Joe doesn't do very well.
I wish he would teach me. This is Patrick Keenan on the clear for Long Island Express in the blue. Keenan being stalked on the outside. Long stick midfielder Brett Spallina there to defend.
You know, Keenan at 4'9" and 90 pounds. There's such a disparity in heights here. I mean, we got kids over 6-footers, and we got 4'9"ers. You know, the level of maturity differs vastly. The cool thing about this event, there's equity, because everyone's U13. It's not a by grade, it's a by age.
Carragher on the move. Quick feed inside, snap there. Gran made the save on Lynch.
Everything but the finish. The big lefty, Easy E.
Q, you mentioned it though. Nobody's flying in from across the country to play in this event. These are not super teams.
No, they're all within a 50-mile radius.
No ringers.
It is age specific, not grade specific.
Nice catch. Spidell inside. Flaherty there down, and there's a flag to follow. Extra man time soon for 91 Bandits. Owen Duffy on the sweep. Duffy lets it go, and he sailed it wide. 9-8 for Team 91 in the white jerseys.
Here's the foul. like Rooney in blue. This is a critical opportunity now for Team 91 in white on their extra man to get themselves a 2-goal lead.
This is usually when we point out little number 4, Cole Marsala, back behind the cage. Such a very fine distributor of the ball.
They got a lot to like here, Joe. The lefties are very dangerous. J.J. Aiello, 7. Jack Ponzio, 28. They're both powerhouse left-handers, and they got a lot of skill inside. 17 on the outside. The righty, Tyler McCarthy, can rip it as well.
Aiello from top. McCarthy this way for Jake Spallina.
The lefties scare me here.
Marsala back behind the goal. They'll change the formation. The look inside's deflected. Good defense from the Express, and Keenan looks to run on the clear.
Great play by Keenan.
Angle to the sideline, toppled over there, and another penalty flag is down.
How about Patrick Keenan? His dream is to play at Notre Dame someday. Watch the pickoff. He's the middleman on the man down unit. Sticks up and in the passing lane. That's the way you coach it. Now he's running for his life. He gets a good angle, and he's pushed out of bounds by McCarthy. But Patrick Keenan, 4'9", 90 pounds, West Islip, New York, has been playing this game for 8 years. He's got a bright future.
Son of Thomas and Jennifer will also spell C.J. Schwartz for face-off duties from time to time as he gets more congratulations at the sideline.
Joey told me he stinks at baseball.
I'm not going to blame him for that.
Something that he has in common with you?
Hey, wait a minute. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Totally uncalled for.
I want to thank baseball for giving us Joe Beninati.
Totally uncalled for. Rockefeller sets his feet and buzzes it wide. Felix Rockefeller, son of Renee and Mark, Nelson's grandson.
He can rip it. He's got big-time velocity.
Setting up shop again for the Express in blue. To the interior.
Nice handle.
Great handle there, in fact, by Jake Lewis. Back to even as Justin McMahon, the leading scorer in this event, plays it over the top. We're back to 6-on-6. Under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. 12 minutes running time in this Warrior World Series of Youth Lacrosse presented by the Coca-Cola Company and Nissan. Joe Beninati, Quint Kesnick with you as we thank all the men and women in our technical crew for all of their efforts the past few days here in Denver. Happy birthday, America, number 242. Tweet from Connor Kelly.
Oh, he's recruiting. Look at him, he's recruiting.
Always trying to help Coach Tillman.
Coach Tillman's probably charting this game right now back in College Park.
It has been a really good game. Hotly contested between these two programs that know each other very well.
No call. Like that check defensively because it had two hands on your stick. You're going to avoid the slash call. So good hustle by Rockefeller. His two-handed hammer to that lower hand.
He railed Luke Martin there along the sideline.
Good poke.
Outstanding defense turned in at this end by the Bandits. Glenn Platania, we've loved his lacrosse stick work throughout this event. Joe Spallina looks on. Ryan Herr brings it ahead for the 91 Bandits, who have a lead goal from J.J. Aiello here in the third quarter.
You mentioned Platania, Joe, because he's so talented off the ground, the long stick. His brother Phil's going to be playing football at Bryant next year. This kind of mirrors the college game, though. You know, he's the charismatic pole, the guy who can create transition. They become what they watch. So when he's watching a guy like John Sexton, when he's watching Major League Lacrosse, these youngsters become what they see.
Inside, one more time for Jack Spidell, his fifth.
Spidell, the five-sport athlete from Port Jeff. Rising eighth grader. Sneak attack. Thinking ahead, the defense takes a poor angle and he's off to the races again. Catch while moving. Protect your stick. Be willing to take a hit. He has had a monster afternoon.
He has goals in every game of this event and a cheerleading section rooting him on. Team 91 Bandits in front by 2 after 3 quarters.
Welcome.
Hi there.
So what do you look for in a vehicle?
Sleek designs. Performance.
Dependability is top on my list.
Well, then here's some vehicles that deliver on that.
Whoa.
Oh, geez.
That's our truck.
It's our truck.
And they're our cars.
That's my Chevy.
Chevy's the only brand to have earned J.D. Power Dependability Awards across cars, trucks, and SUVs 3 years in a row.
Awesome and proud.
No, it's like a dynasty. It's impressive.
Like leather, skin is stronger when it's hydrated, but 9 out of 10 men don't get the hydration their skin needs. That's why Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash has a unique hydrating formula to keep men's skin healthier and stronger.
The Independence Day celebration continues in Denver. Team 91 Bandits have a 10-8 advantage over Long Island Express after 3 quarters of play. These are the statistics, Quint, through 36 minutes of time.
A lot of goals, most of them are unassisted. You look at the face-offs tied up, and then the great goaltending we've seen from the Team 91 Bandits, and Easy E, Eric Grahn.
He's done a nice job. Long Island Express head coach A.J. Haugen is kind enough to spend some time with us before we start the fourth. And A.J., your team knows the Bandits so very, very well. Does familiarity ever breed contempt? This looks like a really hotly contested game.
Yeah, no, it is. Every time we play these guys, you know, it's they're very well coached. It's a great group, and you know what? They're taking advantage of the mistakes that we've made, and we're not taking advantage of the mistakes that they've made. You know, we've had a couple good shots on the doorstep, and just you know, Eric's come up with some big saves there.
AJ, congratulations on your induction into the Lacrosse Hall of Fame.
Oh, thank
as
you.
a player. As a youth coach, what is most challenging? What makes a Hall of Fame youth coach?
Oh, I don't know. I tell you what, it's much easier being a player. It's much easier being out there than coaching. But you know what? We've got a great group of kids here that you know, we work really hard all year with, and it has its challenges because you want to be out there and doing it for them, you know. But you know, for the most part, our guys, you know, they work as hard as anybody, and they you know, they do what we ask.
AJ, this is a tremendous family event. How would you characterize the tournament from the time you guys arrive on Sunday through this championship match?
Oh, it's a phenomenal event. It's you know, it's been top notch on everything that we've done here. So it really is. You know, I'd love to see some other events like it. It's really been a pleasure the whole time out here.
AJ, we appreciate your time. Thanks very much.
Great, thank you guys.
A.J. Haugen, the head coach for the Long Island Express. The Express against the Bandits in the championship match. Q, these are the best point scorers, producers during the event.
Yeah, Justin McMahon comes into this game averaging nearly 6 points a game. Rockville Center, that's the Southside School District. Spidell's had the monster game today. And then Ponzio and Carragher just catch our eye every time we watch them play. They're such great young athletes. You're not seeing Malik Wood in this game, but he's an attackman, a left-handed attackman from Next Level, who was outstanding. That Next Level team, Joe, was ultra impressive as their run stopped in the semifinals, but we enjoyed watching them play.
Very much so. Remember, there are 12 different states in the U.S. represented in this Warrior World Series of Youth Lacrosse, presented by the Coca-Cola Company and Nissan. One of those, the great state of Illinois, Ben Johnston. For True Illinois, he's among the top 10 point scorers. So is Benjamin Beecham, Mad Dog West, hailing from California. These two teams, two programs that know each other extremely well. Team 91 Bandits and Long Island Express, both of them from Long Island, New York.
It's good to have a rival. That's what both coaches said. It's good to have a local rival.
The Bandits in white. McCarthy fires. That's kicked away. And the rebound scramble to cover up there. A good stop in the cage. Made once more by P.J. Verdi. They dig for the loose ball, and it comes up for Mikey Rooney.
What a play.
Rooney may have some numbers here. Driving in, bullies his way to the goal. He's stopped by Eric Grahn.
Look at Rooney, a one-man wrecking crew, but Grahn, the big lefty, snuffs that out, takes that one off his shoelaces. Eric Grahn, Easy E.
We've been telling you 12 minutes of running time, but should the game be a 2-goal deficit or less, the time will stop in the final 2 minutes of this fourth quarter. J.J. Aiello, who's been a factor offensively, has it now for the 91 Bandits in white. Aiello forced to the alley by Rooney. Going to trade the ball now for Tyler McCarthy. Goals in 6 of his last 7 in this event.
And neither of these teams have been in a close game in this event in the fourth quarter. This is new territory for both.
McCarthy on the move. Off the outside of the post, the ricochet to the slot. Ponzio fires and scores!
Uncommon skill. A mastery of the fundamentals. Watch the rebound, the catch. That ball changes direction twice. The ability to turn. Sidewinders, and look at the location here. This is Jack Ponzio, a rising 8th grader, lefty in the Connecticut School District. Played youth lax. That's where he got his start with their rec program. His hero is Kieran McCardell. That kind of looked like a Kieran goal. Started St. John's and now the Florida launch.
Ponzio, a boy who's definitely in the running for the top player in this event, the most outstanding player, will receive a watch from Shinola, one of our generous sponsors, as we thank all of them for their continued support of the World Series of Youth Lacrosse here from Broncos Stadium at Mile High.
Ponzio's a math guy, Joe. Told me he loves those equations.
You need to have a calculator to pack up all of the points that he produces. Giving the 91 Bandits some separation now, an 11-8 advantage. The largest lead in the game was the 4-0 advantage from the beginning. As you check out the bottom of the screen, more social media networking from Mike Chanenchuk.
Alum of the Long Island Express. You talk about impressive alums. They've been in the business for 14 years. They've got guys that you will see next week, starting July 12th in Israel. Michael Earhart, Team USA member. Tom Schreiber, Team USA member. Long Island Express alums. And that's just the start of the list. Tuarton winners, you got Dylan Malloy of Brown. Dominique Alexander's a pro. The Bitters, Mike Chanenchuk, Connor DeSimone, Justin Gutterding. He was at the Tuarton this year with you, Joe.
Sure was. Phenomenal during his collegiate career at Duke. This one's easy pickings for Gran. He had no trouble making that stop. Sent on the way from Gavin Creo. Back comes white jersey, Team 91. Her right up the gut, uncontested. The bounce shot goes wide of Verdi. It's backed up by Cole Marsala.
That list, Joe, is like a grain of sand on Jones Beach compared to the amount of players. We're talking hundreds of kids that Mike Chanenchuk, Jack Moran, and Keith Weiserick have sent off to college to play lacrosse. Guys like John Danigelis, currently at Yale, who won an NCAA championship. Evan Zinn, who we saw at the Under Armour All-America game last week. Midfielder, speedy, love his goal-to-goal ability to run. He's heading to Johns Hopkins. So the Express, I don't want to say stands alone, but nobody has a more impressive list.
Team 91 Bandits on the ball now. Owen Duffy with it. Just their 10th year of existence program-wise, so the alumni list isn't nearly as long.
And they focused on starting at the younger ages. You know, they've got a bunch of guys that you'll recognize. Lucas Kotler, Kevin Mack, and Mac O'Keefe, who plays at Penn State.
30-second shot clock on against the Bandits. It's bounced wide by Aiello. It's the first time we've seen a 30-second shot clock put on as the ball's out of bounds. We need to step away. We'll get you back to Broncos Stadium at Mile High in just a few moments. More in the fourth quarter after this.
Friends to Unlimited Plus Plan, best deal ever.
Includes Hulu, Tidal, 15 gigabytes mobile hotspot, and full HD.
The new Unlimited Plus plan. And for a limited time, get a Samsung Galaxy S9 lease for just $9 a month.
Best deal ever.
Summer's calling.
the 2018 Cadillacs are ready to move. Our best offers on 2018 models are here. Join us for the Made to Move sales event. Get 0% APR financing for 60 months plus $2,000 down payment assistance from Finance through GM Financial on most 2018 models.
World Series of Youth Lacrosse has been brought to you by Metrex, a pioneer in sports nutrition products. Invites all of the amazing athletes and families here today to try their ready-to-drink beverages. TireAmerica.com. Your journey to new tires starts at TireAmerica.com, the way America buys tires online. Wheels Up, the most intelligent private aviation solution. And by Shinola, maker of luxury timepieces, leather goods, journals, and more. Thoughtfully designed products built to last. Time's wasted now in the fourth quarter. Team 91 Bandits have an 11-9 advantage over their friends from Long Island Express, and it was Jake Lewis a few moments ago with a pretty strike.
Talked about his ability as a hockey player. Merrick, Long Island. His mom was a talented athlete. His dad was also. And he's got a pair in this game as you see Carragher come up with the tough ground ball and the wing feed. Look at the level change. I mean, that is a sick shot. These kids spend tons of time working on their skills, whether it's in the backyard, the tennis courts, the wall, shooting on goals. Jake Lewis has got his second of the day with a great level changer, low to high.
He's got a lot of people happy for him in the stands here at Bronco Stadium at Mile High. The Long Island Express, they were winners of the white group, 5-0 through group play. They beat Team Colorado in the quarters, 12-2. They knocked off Next Level in the semis, 12-3. It was Lewis with a goal in the semis and another pair now in this championship game, which has 5 minutes and 18 seconds left in regulation. Giuliano there to defend for the Bandits. Team 91's D is imposing. Giuliano, Luke Martin, Bove, Dylan Zahn, all of them hovering around 6 foot tall. Mikey Rooney waiting for the sub to come on. It's Jude Lynch. Carragher. As he teams up with Rockefeller. Lynch bluffs it, feeds for Rooney. They'll circle it up. Running time clock, 12-minute quarters. If it's a 2-goal deficit or less, time will stop in the final 2 minutes. Express in the blue. Viewers throughout the United States and apparently in the UK, as you read that tweet bottom of the screen.
I tell you, I'd love to see more international, as Jake Steinfeld talked about Israel being here, but how about England and Australia and some of those European nations who we'll see starting July 12th in the World Championships against Team USA.
Dylan Zahn not able to clear there. You mentioned Team Israel. Their goal is to make lacrosse the national sport of Israel. This one's off the crossbar. Rooney rattles the iron and it bounces out of bounds. It'll stay with the Express in blue.
Mike Rooney is uncommonly good for a 13-year-old.
Carragher picked up by McCarthy, who's picked up a long stick now. Rooney has it.
Zone defense now by the guys in white, Team 91, when the ball's up top.
As Lynch tiptoes around the 2-point arc. We're not using that in the World Series of Youth Lacrosse, but they will in Major League Lacrosse to follow. This is the home of the Outlaws. Walking the dog here, that's pretty. Stopped by Gran after a fabulous move from Jake Lewis. On the clear, looking for the fast break, it's Luke Martin from his close D position. 91 Bandits, nothing there. Express gets back in the hole. 3 minutes to go in regulation time of this championship game. And Owen Duffy's in no hurry.
How about that move? And then how about the save, Joe?
We have seen Gran do that from time to time in goal for the Bandits.
Really good at his feet.
All the way to the goal, Jake Spallina bounced it wide. It'll stay with the white jerseyed Bandits. Anxious moments in the stands now for the families who've made the trip to Denver.
Say the parental behavior was outstanding at the games that we were at in person down low.
Ponzio running by his defender. Jack Ponzio floats one inside. Scoop shot on the way blocked. Follow-up chance didn't get through either. They sprint to the corner. The ground ball for Team 91 Bandits. And a timeout called. Timeout called by Team 91. Your TireAmericas.com stop of the game. Gron a few moments ago getting the better of Jake Lewis.
Bayport, New York. James Wilson, young middle school. He loves to fish. Said this is a great honor for me and my teammates. Easy E's put in the extra time in terms of his cardio and focusing on his diet. And you've seen him perform at a super high level all week. 5'7", 220 lefty. Under 4.5 goals per game. Well, his parents are happy. You talked about the great parental behavior, Joe.
Parents Christine and Larry. ESPN's coverage of the 2018 World Lacrosse Championships begin from Netanya, Israel, July 12th. The world's best facing off against each other early in the tournament play. The United States, the Iroquois, and defending world champion Canada, all having a great shot at the title. Looking forward to getting off to fast starts.
That's a week from tomorrow, Thursday, July 12th on ESPN2. It's the U.S. and Iroquois. We're also televising Jamaica against Iroquois that same day. We got 14 games for you on ESPNU and ESPN2. From Israel, the World Championships, 46 countries. There's also 160 plus on ESPN plus. We're talking all kinds of crazy nations that Joe had the fine honor of calling 4 years ago, just down the road in Denver.
I can't believe that was 4 years ago when we were talking about names from Uganda and the like, and it was so much fun. I wish you and all of the ESPN announced team all the very best in that World Championship. Team Israel is here and has been for the Warrior World Series of Youth Lacrosse.
Coached by Zach Paul, who will be headed over to Netanya later this week to represent Israel. They got a great team, Israel. Max Sebald, Ari Sussman. I think they can beat the Iroquois potentially and take home that third place medal maybe.
Who is going to win the moment of victory sculpture created by Fred Kale? We will settle that question for you in 2 minutes' time. Bandits with Ponzio on the ball in white have the lead. Ponzio going to the goal, he scores! Jack Ponzio for some insurance.
Ponzio may be the best athlete on the field, and you think about the characteristics that he has, the heart, the grit. He's a leader, plays with a competitive edge, all while enjoying the journey. You see his foot speed, how he takes his man into space and then just runs like the wind.
He told us he wanted to make his coaches proud today. Jack Ponzio with his third of the game. It's a 3-goal lead with 1:15 to go, and that's important because the clock will run. It'll be running time here without it being a 2-goal deficit or less. So Express has to work quickly. Carragher, who has been a bull offensively, going to the goal. Snapped there by McMahon. It'll go wide. Heavy traffic for Justin McMahon, the leading scorer in this event. 50 seconds left. Carragher fires. Gron slowed it down. It hit the post and it stays out. And Team 91 Bandits starting the celebration on the sideline. Clearing efforts for Matt Bove. Bove brings it ahead. This is the 4th Warrior World Series of Youth Lacrosse presented by the Coca-Cola Company and Nissan. Team 91 won the inaugural as the Orange Crush back in 2015. 15 seconds away from a new crown. On the go, all the way to the goal. Score! Icing on the cake. Pat Flaherty seals the deal. And that's it. Team 91 Bandits are Warrior World Series of Youth Lacrosse champions. 91 Bandits, a winner. Your Coca-Cola play of the game. Might as well go with the one that capped everything off. Compliments of Pat Flaherty.
5'2", 90 pounds out of Massapequa, New York, goes to Plain Edge Middle School. A four-sport athlete. I love it, Pat. You keep playing lacrosse, soccer, hoops, and golf. Tommy Schreiber of Team USA is his favorite athlete. You can watch Tommy Schreiber a week from tomorrow, July 12th, on the U.
The Team 91 Bandits, a 13-9 victor over the Long Island Express, as we send you down to field level with our Warrior World Series of Youth Lacrosse founder, Jake Steinfeld.
Happy 4th of July to everybody. We love America, don't we, fellas? Big round of applause for USA. We love it, ESPN. There it is, Joe. You got it, baby. Go, go, go.
Moment of victory sculpture held high. Team 91 Bandits, a winner. Final thoughts, Quint Kesnick.
Well, why we love lacrosse, it is fun to play. And I don't care if you're 8, 13, or 26, this game has a lot.
The family bonding experience and the winning moments for Team 91 Bandits. For Quint, for all the men and women in our crew, Joe Beninati, thanks for your time. It has been a pleasure with Team 91 Bandits celebrating in Denver.